Oh, okay.
I think
He was at
just
George Washington.
Ready? Ready? All right. So I'd like to call to order the monthly meeting for the Batavia Park Board of Commissioners for July 16, 2019 to order. Shall I please call the roll?
Riley?
Here.
Dorsey?
Present.
Tillman?
Here.
Gray?
Here?
Callahan?
Here. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Any items to be added, removed, or changed on the agenda?
There are none.
There are none. Excellent. So moving on, I would entertain a motion to establish the consent agenda as follows. Approval of the meeting minutes for the regular board meeting of June 18th, 2019. Approval of the minutes of the executive session of June 18th, 2019. Approval of the paid expenditures, expense approval report, investment summary, income statement of purchases, and approval of change order number 2 for the asphalt path at Payne Woods Park.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. Any further discussion on any of the items? Shall I please call the roll?
Tillman?
Aye.
Gray?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Dorsey?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye. Motion carries. I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, no guests here this evening, so matters from the commissioners. Anybody wishing to make any statements or address our viewing public tonight?
Windmill City Fest was fun, hot, but fun. Eric, next year, can you work on the weather? Okay.
I worked on no rain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're in
Didn't
Sunday.
make it all the way
Yeah.
through, so.
I think you worked so hard on no rain that the humidity snuck in.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I thought that it was a great success. Congratulations to staff and everybody, actually. There was a lot of, I would say ad hoc, but, people seeing things that needed to be done on staff and just getting and taking care of it, right away. And I think that's great. It's a great spirit to have within the staff, taking care of the residents and making sure that they get what they want. So I thought it was a great collaborative effort. So, terrific. Lily?
Anyone else?
Staff thanks you.
Yeah, I heard some very positive things about some of the adjustments and changes you guys made this year, different than last. So people were pleased, thought it was interesting, good, all that good stuff. So nice work. All right. Next item on the agenda is Batavia Parks Foundation. Corey's here with us tonight. Corey, anything you want to add? Tell us about?
Sure. I'm fine. So first of all, speaking of Windmill City Fest, thank you so much for having the Parks Foundation doing the beer tent on Sunday. It was a great opportunity just to hang out and chat with some people, both on staff and also residents who came up, and we appreciated the opportunity. We are doing lots of things with you guys over the next month or so. We had that. We are sponsoring the River Rhapsody. Billy Croft and the Five Alarm is next Wednesday, and so we are sponsoring that, which we are really looking forward to. We have a park cleanup on August 3rd. So if you want any information about that, anybody out there in Batavia, you can look on social media. We've got details about that. We'll also be on July 27th at the Farmers Market. So pretty much anytime you look around right now, you're going to be seeing Batavia Parks Foundation. That's just the way we like it. And then I just wanted to, again, remind everybody that we've got a casino night. This is going to be our first casino night. It's going to be August 26th. We're going to do that at Shannon Hall. As all of you know, a lot of what we do with the Parks Foundation is to work with you on the financial end of supplying things for the Park District, and so we're really looking forward to this as a fundraiser to be able to give us a lot of money to be able to do some fun stuff in Batavia. So we're going to be looking for sponsors for that, and we're really so appreciative of Allison and the rest of the staff already helping kind of smooth some of those things out for us. So it's been good.
Terrific.
Thanks so much.
Excellent. Great, thanks for the update.
Thank you.
So should we save Fox Valley Special Rec until?
Actually,
I know, but we have a presentation and we have them as we have 2 items for them.
oh, yeah, you're right. I meant to bump those, but
Okay, then I will just omit number 9, and then we will talk to Alex when we get there, okay? So we have no correspondence on file for this month, so we'll go to announcements. Kate,
thank you.
you're welcome.
All right. We invite you to join us for our summer outdoor movies in the park on Wednesday, July 24th and 31st. The free movies will be held at the Riverwalk following the River Rhapsody concert series at approximately 8:30 p.m. July 24th movie will be Adventures of Mark Twain, brought to you in cooperation with the Batavia Public Library. And the July 31st movie will be the popular Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is a great movie for both kids and adults. And also just a reminder that our Parks Foundation is actually going to be hosting a special scavenger hunt on July 24th during the River Rhapsody concert series starting at 7 p.m. And the Riverwalk is heating up next weekend for the 27th annual State Championship Chili Cook-Off. Head down to the Riverwalk on Saturday, July 27th to check it all out. If you're interested in showing off your cooking skills, you can actually join us for 4 divisions this year, which is Traditional, CASI, which stands for Chili Appreciation Society International, or we have a brand new Junior and Community Organization division. And also, if you don't want to compete, then we invite you to just come on down and eat. Tasting spoons are going to be available for a suggested $5 donation, and we're actually going to be continuing our cool-off activities this year, which include our watermelon eating contest, a hot sauce tasting contest, which is brought to you by Gendo's Hot Sauce, and then we're also going to have the popular fire hose challenge for that event. And concessions, courtesy Bernie's Bully Dogs, as well as chili tasting begins at 1:30 p.m. Just a reminder, that's while supplies last. We do typically run out of chili. And then all the chili cool-off activities start at 2 p.m. with the award ceremony at 3. So don't forget to come on down and vote for your favorite chili for People's Choice. You can find all those details out at bataviaparks.org. And then the Batavia Park District is teaming up with the Parks Foundation once again to host a special park cleanup day out at West Main Community Park Disc Golf Course on Saturday, August 3rd from 8 a.m. to noon. If you are interested in helping us out, you can RSVP to me, Katie Drum, which is at kdd@bataviaparks.org by this coming Saturday, July 27th. And it seems pretty crazy, but Hall Quarry Beach is closing for the season on August 11th already, so make sure you head down for some fun in the sun this summer. Daily admission is just $8 for residents, and you can take advantage of discounted rates every Wednesday. And you don't want to miss out on Beach Ball Bonanza that's coming up this Thursday from 12:30 to 4 p.m. The first 100 people are going to receive a free beach ball, and there will be beach ball themed games throughout the whole day during the break periods. And also, we invite you to kick off the last weekend of the Quarry season with us for the So Long Summer and Swim event on Friday, August 9th at 6 p.m. You can enjoy extended hours and family games, and it's going to be a fun night that you don't want to miss. And staff would also like to thank everyone that did attend Windmill City Festival this year. We should have all the festival photos posted on our district Facebook page here soon. And of course, you can always give us a call at 630-879-5235 or check us out at bataviaparks.org. Thank you.
Thanks, Kate. Next item on the agenda is staff reports, so we'll start with any updates that staff may have.
I just would like to, give another plug for everyone making a trip down to the Depot Museum to see the 50 Years of Fun exhibit, celebrating the Park District's 50 years. They have some really fun pictures and some little memorabilia and stuff that the folks down there have gathered, and it's kind of hard to believe we were all that young at one point, but we were. So it's really been a fun thing for the ladies to put together as well, because they've really learned a lot more about the district by putting all that information together and making the labels. So I hope y'all are be able to get down there and visit that.
to a good start, huh? So staff is continuing to work on the 2020 budget. It's hard to believe that that's actually the year we're going to be on next year. But we've had two trainings for staff, one on the financial software and one on the general budget conditions and expectations for the coming year. And we'll open it up a little earlier than previous years just to make sure that there's adequate time to develop a quality product. I'm asking staff to put a lot of work in during the busiest time of the year, so I don't think Eric was especially happy when I said I was opening the budget module last month, but
It's okay. I forgive you.
thank you, that means a lot.
Mitch, it's called tough love.
Yeah. Tough love.
But yeah, we will be talking CDP before you guys know it. So, but that's the big thing we're working on this time of year.
So our tagline for the budget is our vision is 2020.
Oh, look at you.
Wow. Nice job. Just want to do a quick update on one of the areas of my report on a park bench that we repaired north of the lodge on the northeast side of our trail system. Actually, the bench was on city property, but we're more versed in those types of services. And we mow the area, so they never really get down there. And so we took care of it, and I got a really awesome thank you in person from the Superintendent of Streets, Scott Haynes, and Director Gary Holm for helping them out. And it's nice to be able to jump in. They do a lot for us. So, and then our techs did a great job. I also want to give a shout out to everybody that participated in the Windmill City Fest. The one thing I like about it the most is it really shows how well we come together as a unit for the district. I mean, we all have specific roles, but they all just melt together. And from working the info booth, helping people that got hurt or lost, or pouring beers with the Parks Foundation and having a good time and dancing to the country music. I mean, it was a great event. Hot as it was, we pushed through it. One of my favorite things was we made some adjustments to our boat that we used to collect the ball for the golf challenge. And over the years, we've been using trolling motors and whatnot, and they work so hard that the batteries deteriorate really quickly. And so the boat originally came with an outboard motor, but we were a little worried about implementing that into the collection and using different staff members and volunteers. And so working with our mechanic, Carl Failing, he came up with a really good system, and then Brittany and Beth Ann provided us some awesome staff members from the quarry. One individual, I can't remember her name, but she had told us as we were training her how to use the boat that she grew up on a lake. Her dad has a boat, her brother has a boat, so she was phenomenal. She drove that thing like, it was amazing. So you've got to give her some kudos, because that just set the stage for everybody to follow her, and it worked great. We picked up the balls, we were able to keep up with the demand, so the golf challenge was an excellent success. So
Great.
Again, because of a good team effort. That's it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. The rec team is keeping busy. We have a lot of new creative ideas and programming. So at the Windmill City Fest, we had our new talent show. We had 6 people. It was a great success. Rocco won. He was a singer, which was great. We also had a Coob demo at the Windmill City Fest, which went awesome. And we are excited to work with George at his tournament in September. So Nathaniel will be helping him with that. So other things we have new coming up, we have some children yoga classes that we're going to be adding before school for some kids. And we are very busy with Encore this week. We have over 244 kids in Encore. They're going to be performing on Thursday at Pegbon, as long as weather permits. And finally, the Corey had an audit on July 11th and got a 4-star, so a very nice job to Beth Ann and her team.
Great.
Well, I'm very, very excited to share with you that the content development of the website is finished, the development stage is finished with the new district website, and now we are just putting in new content, and so the brand new website will be going live soon in the near future. So I'm very, very excited to share that with you guys all soon, and everyone out there in the public as well. So stay tuned for the announcement of that launch. And then also, we have finished the Fall Fun Guide that is getting mailed to residents the week of July 22nd. Seems pretty crazy to be just finishing Windmill City Festival, and we're already going to be thinking about fall and holiday, and all that's just around the corner. So, so those will be in your mailbox soon. And then also, as part of the 50th anniversary, just a friendly reminder to everyone that we're hosting an Explore Your Parks Challenge this summer, where we have a worksheet where you can go explore our parks and do some challenges with your families. And if you fill out that worksheet and turn it into us by July 31st, we're going to be raffling off a $300 gift card to All Spoked Up. So we're just encouraging everyone out there to participate or help spread the word. And then we'll be announcing the winner at the July 31st River Rhapsody concert before the concert starts. So very excited about that. But other than that, just getting ready for chili cook-off and starting to think more seriously about the budget for next year.
Fantastic. Thanks for the updates. Anyone, any questions for staff from board? Comments? Okay, thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is the Executive Director's Report.
Yes. We're going to get a little lights, camera, and action here. I'm going to take you on a field trip to a few different places, just in case those of you at home haven't had a chance to get around town. So we're going to start off first with this last weekend. Actually, we're going to start off first by turning this on. and then we'll start with this last weekend. Oh, look at those two familiar faces there. Commissioner Riley and Mrs. Riley. We're both volunteers.
Working hard.
Yep. As well as Tara Gray. Thank you very much for volunteering to serve at the Windmill City Fest. As the matriarch of the Park District, I cannot be more proud of staff and all of our volunteers. We worked with the Batavia Lions Club on Saturday night and the Batavia Chamber of Commerce on Friday night and the Batavia Parks Foundation Sunday. And we gave 10%, we'll be giving 10% of the proceeds that were sold during that time back to those organizations. And the staff was always ready and eager to fill in whenever there was a volunteer that maybe just didn't show up, or to fill in the gaps, to train volunteers. But we had a very healthy blending of volunteers and staff. And staff just constantly blows me away with their talents and skills, and especially improvisation skills. Because when it comes to the festival, there's a lot of improvisation, and this year was no different. So thank you to every one of you, and our seasonals all the way up to our full-timers. So cheers. Now I'm going to take you to a field trip over to the Eastside Community Center. And this is the playground that the New Horizons Preschool have been enjoying. And we are going to have our playground dedication September 14th. And that is going to be at 4 p.m. 4:30 p.m. Improvisation. Any cue cards are coming. So this is a poured-in-place surface. So this is very ADA friendly and stroller friendly as well. So we're really excited and eager to get this going. We haven't been able to open it to the public just yet because the poured-in-place safety surface still has to be tested. So in the next few days, you will be seeing this open to the public, and you'll see plenty of kids crawling all over it. And here's an example of one of the little critters that's embedded. We have lizards, we have worms, a lot of fun little creatures that kids can identify. Now we're going to head over to Memorial Park. You'll see the same poured-in-place surface, but the patriotic theme. This is open to the public currently. We are getting rave reviews, so people are really enjoying the top slides, just like they are at Big Woods Park. And now we're going to stroll over into North Aurora, where Jones Meadow Park is. And Jones Meadow Park, we have experienced delays in terms of installation, but now we're finally able to get the safety surface together, and the little ones were out celebrating just the other day that it was finally open to them. So this was a before picture, before the kids were able to touch the equipment. It's pristine in this manner right here, but by all means, they are all over it right now. Unfortunately, the weather has created many challenges for us. So we've been trying to install an asphalt path at Payne Woods Park, hence the change order that we have experienced. And now you can see why when you see exactly what's happening to many of our paths within our parks. So drainage has become an issue, and we're well aware of it. And we hope that in our new master plan that we can create an asphalt replacement program and correct some of those drainage issues. Now what you're looking at, we're going to take you to the construction project. Is that a candy bar? It kind of looks like the inside of a Kit Kat bar. You're looking at a rotted wooden beam, and why you're looking at it is because it's at the Eastside Community Center, and this is what happened when we removed the windows on the east and west sides of the gymnasium. So these wooden beams are 59 years old, and the moisture has finally seeped in and gotten the best of them. So we are going to be replacing these beams brand new. But as you can imagine, we're really thankful that we have contingency budgeted for in this project, because the Eastside Community Center, when you expose something like, again, the windows were attached to this beam, you never know what you're going to get underneath it. And as you can see, the aging roof above it, we're going to be replacing that as well. So very much needed. Now I'm going to take you inside the caterer's kitchen of Shannon Hall. So you can see that the wall was removed. So this is if you are just entering the caterer's kitchen and you look over to the left. So the countertops have been removed. There was an island also removed. And we are going to be tapping into the depths of what were once 2 different storage units in the back. And here is the flooring. Just to give you a little taste of before, and I'll be happy to show you after pictures in September. So we are very excited. We're going to be able to really create a commercial grade kitchen that is a class act. We'll be able to offer 8 different cooking stations and an area where a monitor will also be placed. So if somebody wants to video the class or take the class home with them, we could probably even figure out a way to record it for them so that they can have the recipe as well as kind of the cooking show they were a part of. Batavia Youth Football registration is taking place now, and it is our most popular sports program. And Dennis Piron started it well over 18 years ago, and you can definitely see the correlation from when he started the Batavia football program to when the seniors in high school made it to state. So you can see from when they entered first grade all the way through your 12th, and ever since then they've either made it to state or come really close to it. So it is a very successful program. So for those of you watching at home, now's your chance to get your little one enrolled. We have flag football and we have tackle football. So sign up, BataviaParkStaff.org. And last but not least, I have great news to announce. Last night's City Council meeting, I just found out today that City Council unanimously voted for the Batavia Park District to have a new classification for liquor. So now we can offer liquor at all of our facilities, except for Kemp Hall, because we don't really see the need for it there. So we can offer the cooking and with wine or chocolate yoga and wine classes, or craft brew, how to make your own type classes. So we are really excited. So the next step is for us to go to the state and apply for the liquor license, and that should be very easy since the city has opened that door for us.
Great, congratulations.
Awesome.
So that's a win for everybody across the district, and now that we have it, we'll always have it. So it's many doors for us. And that's a wrap.
Great, great report. Thank you. So next item on the agenda, we have our guest here this evening from the Fox Valley Special Rec, Executive Director Alex.
Oh, yep, we've got you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Actually, I'll give you the clipper here. There we go. And actually, I'll introduce you. It's my pleasure to introduce Alex Engelhardt, who was formerly the Superintendent of Recreation for the Fox Valley Special Recreation Association and was recently promoted. We opened it up externally, so she had, contenders in the outside world. But she recently was promoted to executive director of Top Stuff. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Very excited. I have been with Fox Valley Special Recreation for almost 14 years. So I'm not new to the association, I'm not new to the area, but I am new to the role and finding all the other duties of the side. Has been an interesting learning curve here in the first few months. But I'd like to take some time to let you know a little bit more about me, the association, how Fox Valley Special Recreation and the Batavia Park District are really one, some statistics about the participants that we mutually serve, and then just a few highlights about the association as well. So this is the only all about me slide. I promise I'll leave the rest of it about Fox Valley Special Recreation. That's my husband at the top left, Matthew Engelhardt. He's a teacher at Oswego East High School, baseball coach, golf coach, and their dog Peyton. I do not have 6 boys. It's the same picture, or it's the same twins in each one. I've got 3.5-year-old twins, Eli and Noah. And I really should update that because they just learned how to swim a few weeks ago. So now I'm excited that we'll be able to get to the Batavia Quarry and try that out. They're not afraid. Because we do live on a lake. I live out in Salmonac, out at Lake Holiday. So that's my backyard there. And then if I'm not with Fox Valley Special Recreation or our foundation, I also volunteer with Gift of Hope. I was an organ donor and donated a kidney 7 years ago. So those are 2 passions for me, the special needs world and then organ and tissue donation. A little bit about the participants from Batavia that we serve. I have it highlighted there. About 11% of our participants come from the Batavia area. Not surprising for us, it's about a 60-40-ish split male to female. We're seeing a larger increase in men, and we're linking it to the increase in autism rates, and it's predominantly geared towards men. So our youth programs, we're seeing significant. One of our campsites, I think our Little Stars up in St. Charles is ages 3 to 6, has 1 female. I feel bad that she's our token female with about 15 other little boys at camp, but that's one trend that we're monitoring, and for us it's not surprising, but I thought it was an interesting stat to share. And our most significant age group is our 20 plus. Again, on our end, not surprising, might be some new information for you. As we look at the participants' life cycle, the 3 to 6-year-olds, they may not be diagnosed yet. Their families have so many different things competing for their time. Doctor's appointments, other therapies. Their children may even go to bed by 5 and 6 o'clock, so outside of that school day, it's tough to find alternative play. So where we notice the increase in that youth and teen area is our summer day camp and then your inclusion programs, where they may go to a program, an after-school program or an enrichment program or T-ball with their siblings, with their peers, and that's where we provide that support. What we're seeing with the 20 plus is a transition age. So children with special needs through the school system, they get to be in high school till age 22 if they choose. On their 22nd birthday, when we all celebrate, that's their last day of school, and it's actually the day before. So when they're 22, there's no more school services. And now what do they look for? So FESRA has filled that void. We started with 1-day program back in, I think it was 2008, and we now have 7 programs with 1 hoping to start in about 2 months, with more and more participants with that 22 plus looking for programs and services. We're going to have to cut our programming right now at about a 9 program cap. We may be able to extend a few more programs with our partnership with the Association for Individual Development, but this is a need that we cannot accommodate just the demand. So we're trying to think outside of the box. How can we provide meaningful recreation and leisure options for these individuals? And we're also seeing, which I'll get to a slide later, the increased medical need. So it's the day program for someone who needs one-on-one medical care or one-on-one support, and how do we navigate the trends that we're seeing with what we can actually accommodate. Here's again some information just about the program delivery that we offer with that age group of 20 plus being our significant. We have over 50% of our programs in the day break category or in the STARS, which is our day program. So our program mix is really heavy on the adult day program, but that's where we see a majority of our programs and services. We still try to offer that variety, fitness, social clubs. We do a dance at Shannon Hall. I'll be excited with that new kitchen. That we have a chef that comes in and does some teaching classes, so now we can even do Skype and possibly bring in some other day programs and cook all together remotely. So those are some neat opportunities. With inclusion, the budget that we projected was about $31,000, and I haven't looked at actuals yet for this year, but the inclusion support that we provide is typically around that $30,000-ish in services. Oswego Land Park District is our largest, but they also have the Junior Kids Connection, I'm not sure all the names, camps with a C or a K, but they have significant daytime programming, and where we see our highest inclusion support is within the summer day camps. We had some unique opportunities as I was promoted within. That means I had our superintendent position that was open. We hired Jackie Salemi, who's been in Fox Valley Special Recreation for 5 years. She was our inclusion manager. So many of you may be familiar with her. I am stealing her from that role. She has been a fantastic employee for us, and I'm excited to have her be my right arm in the association leadership team. So we've slowly backfilled some of our positions. We just filled her inclusion manager position with Becky Fredrickson, who was our outreach coordinator. Again, having another internal position open. Jennifer Wisniewski is now our outreach coordinator, and we have 2 therapeutic recreation specialist positions open. One, backfilling Jen Wisniewski's position, and the other one, our other TR specialist, is moving to Arizona. So lots of change within our organization. I anticipate a little bit more in the next few months, so we are just navigating that. It's a great opportunity for change, looking at things with a new perspective, and a little stressful at the same time. So.
I'm reminded, Alex, I can help her with change management. I know a little bit about that.
I will look to you for that, for sure. So the change of leadership is a great opportunity. We've changed the design of our youth programming. We used to offer 12-week sessions in the summer, and we would have to cancel the programs. We switched it to offering it week by week, and we've had to double the programs and look for more facility space. So just that change in marketing and the design of our programs, we're seeing increase in enrollment. So we'll continue with that trend. Our individual lessons are increasing. We just opened our brand new sensory room at the beginning of the year, so I've got pictures there at the end to show you about that room. That's been a great project with our foundation to get that up and running. And we had one participant in particular who does not sleep at night, very difficult to communicate, has a hard time relaxing, and is up and busy all the time. Came into the room and was asleep in about 5 minutes. That he was able to calm down, and this person does not communicate. You would not know outside of seeing him relax that this made that improvement. So we're seeing huge strides by just one-on-one therapy. The program design for this was going to be open for participants to come in and just explore on their own, and families and participants have wanted that one-on-one structure. So we've got our certified therapeutic recreation specialist doing that one-on-one session, and we have participants coming back and back. So this has been just a great addition to our service or delivery. Our day programs are increasing, as I mentioned, and then we are working on a 2020 strategic plan. So we're working with Lisa Ann Barnes. I believe she's a Geneva resident from Irie Tech Solutions, and she's going to help us really focus on where do we see and where do we position ourselves in the next 4 to 5 years. A few challenges that we have is we're looking at programs and offering day programs. FES Ray, we own our 3,500 square feet within the Vaughn Athletic Center in Aurora, and I know you guys are well aware of the facility challenges, that all of us are looking for more space, more opportunities. With that comes that expense. So we're trying to analyze how much can we grow, what's the fee going to be with that, but that's going to be one of our biggest things that prevents the day program growth, is that lack of space. So that'll be kind of my pitch pretty much to anyone that wants to listen on the need for the program space. We've got the participants that need those services, and we're going to challenge our staff on how can we deliver that service to them. Minimum wage, as everyone knows, will be a challenge. I'm sure your staff are, I'm sure you've been running some numbers. I'll be presenting some numbers with our business manager next week with Allison. that is going to be a big impact. Participants that we serve need that one-on-one support. We can't just say, well, now you're only going to get a half a staff, or just Mondays and Thursdays we're going to have support. The participants that we have need that consistent support. So this is going to challenge our staff to really look at what can we provide. It's not like we can just not mow for every 5th day and change it to, once a week. The participants rely on that service and that staff support for the safety of the program. So we're really going to challenge our staff on that. Reliance on member agency contribution. It's going to be one of my challenges with our foundation, is really building that foundation up to be able to offset the financial challenges of the association. And then the increase in the participant medical requests, from cannabis use to G-tube feedings, dietary, physical transfers. We are seeing that increased need and trying to be creative on what programs can we support and what do we need some additional support with. So that's a little bit of a snapshot. Now more of the fun. Here's our sensory room. So I invite everyone to come down to our office and come for a tour. We'll have my staff open it up and walk you through the different environments. So that bottom left picture is the area that gentleman I was talking about went in and fell asleep. So it's a little cocoon type cave with the lights above, and that little bug vibrates too. So if we don't warn the children, that has scared a few of them. So now we integrate that they can slowly experience that. The bubble tube on the right, participants can just look at it is interesting, but then also if you go and feel it, you can feel the vibration, you can put your ear up to it and hear the hum. So our staff are trained to really pull every sense and experience that someone can have with all of that equipment. So it's more than just fun and games in that area. Here's some other pictures. On the top left, we do big trips and overnight, so we took a group out to Nashville this spring. And the top middle, we're teaching safety. So we're teaching our participants through our action club the Heimlich maneuver, so that they can be that one step closer to being able to save somebody if they needed to, or at least aware and relieve some of that anxiety around that type of an incident. The top right, our participants have participated in the Walk to Run program. So with our partnership with the Dip Pond Athletics out of St. Charles, our participants ran a progressive marathon last year. So it was 1 mile, 2 times a week for 12 weeks, and then they finished their last mile, 11 weeks, and they finished their last 1.2 miles at the St. Charles Marathon with all the elite runners. I got a video that I'll share with Allison, and it brings me to tears every time. It's got one girl with leg braces, and you see her being pushed at the beginning, and then by the end, she's actually pushing the wheelchair, and she's able to do it on her own. Participants that I don't like to work out and run anymore, these participants are getting up and they're running and working out. So that's been a great partnership, and just a few other smiling faces. A couple things I took notes on and forgot to talk about. 2 new opportunities that we're doing is the FESRA Cares program. So we'd like to give back to the community. So as we're looking at some of the volunteer opportunities, whether it's the Parks Foundation or any of the big Windmill City Fests, we'd like to have our staff give back and volunteer, and then our participants too. With our 9-day programs, we're looking for ways to get back into the community, whether it's stuffing envelopes, raised goodie bags. I think we've stuffed almost 30,000 Easter eggs for various churches' Easter drops, so start thinking of ways that we can help out too. And then the last one is our community liaison program. And I realize it's FESRA. Many of my staff don't live in the Fox Valley area. I'm one of them. I live 40 minutes west in Salmonac. And so I was thinking, how do I get our organization and staff back into the community a little bit more? So our community liaison will assign 2 or 3 staff to the Batavia community, and we'll have them connect with Brittany on any program opportunities that we can be aware of the happening with the Batavia Chamber, the city, the schools, and be able to report that back so that we can place ourselves strategically in the areas that would best fit the association. Any questions? I feel like I gave you guys a lot of info here. So I appreciate your support, and thanks, and have a great evening.
As you can see, Alex hit the ground running. Sprinting. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Alex, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
All the best to you.
Thanks.
It's apparent you won't need it, but
I love what I do, so that helps out.
And I can speak on behalf of the Fox Valley Special Recreation Association Board that we are really pleased with your planning processes, your reorganization of staff. I mean, you really, you make Carolyn proud, but you make all of us proud. And the effects you're going to start to see throughout the next few months and years. Everything you're doing now is going to pay off in dividends for the association, so thank you.
Thank you, and I appreciate your ongoing support.
our pleasure.
All right, take care. Bye.
Okay, next item on the agenda, old business. We have 15A. So I guess I think this is a motion first, and then we'll get into discussion. So I entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 386 related to the control of the conduct of all persons and patrons under the jurisdiction of the Batavia Park District Transport Center.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tom, second by Craig.
So this was presented to us last month, right?
Correct.
And so we had a chance to look it over from last month, so this is the second read.
And Kevin Riley did have some questions. I was able to get back to him on those questions.
Yes. So any other discussion?
Just a legal question. There's a part in here about sleeping in the parks, and it says from sunset to sunset. Is that you can't sleep in the parks, or type? I think it's like under.
Are you asking for yourself?
No, I'm just wondering overall. Does it
That's a typo.
Okay, it's sunset to sunset.
It should say sunset to sunrise.
Sunrise.
Right, so during off hours, because I'm thinking if people are picnicking or something, sleeping in the park, yeah, we want to fix that, just so that they don't get arrested or anything.
Good catch there, Mr. Dorsey.
Read it word for word. It's interesting, but that's the only thing that I came up with.
So the motion would approve that minor amendment. Nice. Any other comments? Shall I call the roll?
Someone?
Aye.
Gray? Aye. Riley?
Aye.
Dorsey?
Aye.
Kathleen?
Aye, motion carries. Next item on the agenda, 15B, is our capital development progress report.
Real quickly, Allison showed a lot of really good pictures. We have had an immense amount of work going on this spring thus far, and we are wrapping some things up, and then we're ramping some other things up, and we'll be getting going. I did get an email late this afternoon that said that the Port and Place surface over at the east side will be tested most likely on Friday, but maybe Thursday. So we should be able to open it up for the weekend. Now, of course, it's going to be 100. We have to caution folks, use your best judgment when you're outside and it's that hot. But it will be a lot of fun, and we are going to be wrapping our dedication for that playground and site into a bigger event in September, so that'll be a lot of fun. Jones Meadow is open. And there is still some landscape work to have to be done there, but other than that, it is really going well. And since you approved the Painwoods undercut and the soil amendment change order, why I will get that to them tomorrow, and we will get rolling on that. That's really a very small paving job. It's just that this soil wasn't in good. Just the way it happened. So, and then the east side building, the beams were probably the worst thing that we've found so far. Really is more like what I thought we might find when we opened up Shannon Hall back 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and didn't. So it was hiding in the newer building, newer part of the building waiting for us. So that was just kind of one of those architectural things that you find.
Yep.
Unfortunate, but it was accounted for, and we are pushing forward. Roofers show up tomorrow to start. The plumbers are doing the rough-in work in the kitchen, so it's going to all come together.
And kudos to Jim. I mean, He's been here the wee hours in the morning from sunset to sunset. But, you know, Jim has really stayed on top of these contractors, making sure that they have not missed a single beat. And, you know, like even today we experienced some rain, as you know, we had a little microburst. And, you know, there was some water that came in because things are covered right now. And so he had to adjust that. And so, while it may not be fun to be Jim right now, I want to say that he's really looking out for our best interests and he's doing a great job.
Are these the biggest projects you've had going on at the same time?
If you go all the way back to the, starting the parking lot, I think yes. We've had some big projects, but they've kind of been single.
But this is like everything.
Yeah, the parking lot, the playground, roll right into the, all the playgrounds, just bringing them into the building. But yeah, for this extended 2-year period, I think it's been probably the most, well, complicated kind of scheduling. And I gotta tell you, rec staff has been fabulous to work with. I think we've all worked together really well to get things to flow. All the special rec stuff that we've been doing, I mean, Brittany and her team have really been wonderful to work with, so thank you.
I just have to ask for my 9-year-old, when will the basketball court be ready?
Again, I was told that they hope to be done by Monday, so they may be called, now, again, if it's just that high.
Before school starts.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they want to have the first coats on before the weekend,
Okay.
the first colors down. So, yeah, we should see a lot of activity this week, the rest of this week, so. Yeah, it's exciting.
No one said your swan song in your last 2 years here was going to be easy, right?
Might as well.
So these are the best challenges of your career.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Then the big ones. So,
All right, thanks, Jim.
yep.
Next item on the agenda would be 16A, so entertain a motion to approve resolution number 256, authorizing land cash intergovernmental agreement and application for withdrawal of funds for the county of Kane as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tom, second by Greg. Further discussion? Shall I please call the roll?
Sam?
Aye.
Greg? Aye. Brady?
Aye.
Dorsey?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item is 15B. So entertain a motion to approve the land cash intergovernmental agreement and application for withdrawal of funds with the county of Kane as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tony, second by Craig.
Why is this two separate things?
One is the actual resolution.
And the other is the, it's actually, okay, maybe it can't be just one thing.
There's actually 3 things you have to go through with it. There's the resolution that you guys just approved, the IGA, which you're on now, and then we actually need to also approve the application for the county. This is how the county wants it.
I was just curious as to why.
Oh, it's redundant.
So I'll sign the documents in there, so I'll.
Yeah, just to get $5,810.
I know. Seems like a lot of stuff.
Making us earn our meeting.
All right. Any other comments or questions?
Just that, the meeting that Mitch and I went to, they are trying to get rid of this whole process. They fully realize that it's extremely redundant and just not necessary. And they really don't want to be holding money for all of the, you know.
Their exact words were they have no interest in being back.
Yeah, so.
We don't want them to.
No, right.
We'll take it, don't worry.
All right. Shall I please call the roll?
Aye.
Greg? Aye. Brady?
Aye.
Dorsey?
Aye.
Down.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, 16C. So let me go ahead and do this first because I think this has been discussed. Yeah. So I entertain a motion to approve resolution number 257 granting a temporary highway construction easement for the highway construction purposes as presented. For highway construction purposes as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Tony, second by Ray.
So this is basically just, here's some stuff you can park the trucks and whatnot, blah, blah, blah.
This is at West Main.
Yeah.
And
They're gonna make a new
oh,
roundabout,
yeah.
right?
Thank you.
That the construction is finally starting on
The
that.
construction will be starting, yeah, as they gain all these easements and the land that's required on this intersection, right? This is really the little piece of property that is in question, and it's a temporary easement. We do not lose any ownership of it. It's just we give them the right to be on it, to read it, and in looking again back into all the notes and stuff, if you can kind of see very faintly, this is the proposed crossing, which will eventually cross the southern leg of this roundabout with a path. This is so it can be graded out of the park, and we won't need to do anything when the time comes that we want to do our development out there. The County Division of Transportation is proposing a 3-way roundabout instead of a full 4. They don't still have all the money primarily in order to, or the land to the south of us to do this southern leg, which would straighten or would realign Bliss Road, so we don't have that big drive out there. Right. But they do have the ability to do this portion of it. So they are going to go forward with this and be able then, once they can do the southern leg, they will add that into that circle, and we'll have a full roundabout out there. This is something that's just been in the works for quite a while. I went back and... Forever. Well, yeah. They approached us about this back in January, and now it's July, and they're just now to the point where...
So just to be, I mean, they need this just so they can grade it as part of the construction of the road, or?
So a temporary construction easement for roadway work in particular, I mean, it could be when they need to provide a temporary road that they may need to go out.
Okay.
They may need to regrade it. It's usually not like for just staging equipment.
Okay.
It means that they can't do the construction without a little extra room. And then once the construction gets completed, they restore that and grade it to match everything that's happening around it, and then our rights return. It's just giving them the use of it, basically.
And quite honestly, this is, I think, can you scroll that thing down just a hair? No, yeah, other way.
Oh, there.
Here, these are the two structures that are still out there that are not ours. They don't belong to us. They belong to KDOT, actually. They are in the roadway right away, just to give you that kind of orientation. So, and they are not going away, which I'm amazed they aren't taking those down.
Take a lot of pictures there.
Pardon me?
People take a lot of like
Yeah.
photos and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
I think people are taking the reclaimed wood too.
They're going in and stealing the barns. Yeah, it's starting to come down, but it's not. So.
How long, is there a time limit on the easement?
Until I can't tell you if there's an exact date, but it's until the process is completed.
No, the $3,000 they're giving us is pretty much like, sorry that we're creating a mess out there,
Yeah.
but we don't know
John, did that answer?
timelines.
Yeah, it did.
I don't think they know the timeline exactly.
Yeah, there's still,
Where does this impact as far as our park is concerned? I know it's right by the parking lot.
actually, it's at
So,
the other,
as far as-
yeah, this is at the west edge
Very
of,
western edge.
yeah, of the, I think this is,
This
if
golf
it's
is to the
close,
right.
Yeah, this golf goes south of there.
it's just a little bit, yeah.
That's right by hole 1, actually.
Right. Is it, I thought it was right by the disc golf
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right, it's like, it starts like right there.
course.
And
I'll let Jim look over my shoulder here, and if we find a date, we'll get back to you.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't see one on there.
I don't-
I didn't see a duration or a date, so I'm assuming it co-terminates with the completion of the work. But there's no,
Can you scroll back up, Jim, or Mitch, or see the yellow area?
Yeah, hole 1 is kind of right down in there somewhere.
Right, that's right before the service drive that we have there now, so shouldn't be an issue. But when do they have a date?
No.
Is it going to be this year?
it's a roadway construction project in Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your guess is as good as anybody else's.
Orange barrels up there for you.
Look at Route 47.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah.
Well, as soon as you would know, because
Yeah, if you
Brittany
would
was
like-
asking about, we have some programs out there, tournaments and stuff for this fall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
We can ask Jennifer O'Connor.
well, yeah, we have to.
And you know, it would also be appropriate, you know, even though we're probably going to approve this in a few minutes, assuming everybody agrees, but to get from them some idea of timeframe. And then-
Right, then their schedule.
Yeah, right. I'm sure there'll be accommodating, Eric, if you have something going on out there.
Yeah, they're good to work.
Because I don't know if they would actually start, are they planning on starting this work? I mean, I don't know why you would start it this late in the summer in anticipation, it'd probably start in the spring.
If they were actually gonna start moving dirt.
Will they have other easements they still have to get? I mean,
Probably just like.
on other sides of the, are there other
I know that
parties involved?
the gentleman that we talked, that Allison and I talked to, that came and made this kind of presentation to us about the easement and all that stuff, indicated that they were working with the other landowners.
Oh, yeah.
So across the
So they
street,
still have-
that way is the Fox Valley Unity Church. I think that's what it's called.
We're not sure where they're at progress
Yeah.
wise with
Yeah.
that.
I'm probably just checking boxes, it may take another year for
Yeah,
that.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion on this item? Shelley, please call the roll.
Tillman?
Aye.
Ray?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Dorsey?
Can I abstain?
Sure you can.
Yeah.
Aye, motion carries. Okay. Next item on the agenda is 16D. This is, so I entertain a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with Kane County Division of Transportation regarding bike share services as presented. So somebody want to,
So moved.
motion by Tillman.
Second.
Seems to be a trend tonight.
Can someone explain, I really didn't understand this
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Sure.
You know, bicycle, I mean, I understand sharing bicycles, but what's, I mean, are we not sharing bicycles? Why are we sharing bicycles now? Is there, are we putting up stalls? I'm not quite sure.
I'm afraid this wasn't part of the bike thing that we've been part of. This is a.
Oh, they are,
this is-
Jim.
Correct, you're correct, keep going.
You're on a roll. The KDOT, through their bike pedestrian committee and staffers, are looking to, they are proposing a bike sharing program in King County, similar to what the city of Chicago and Cook County do. From what I read, none of this commits us to anything except that you guys would consider supporting a bike sharing process and program once it's put together. They have to go through the whole process of finding companies and doing all that kind of stuff that the cities have done.
And the city of Batavia is a bike, it's been, deemed a bike-friendly community,
Right.
and the city council is expecting to approve this MOU because they want to have a say in which company gets hired. And essentially, we would have a
Yeah,
say.
it's a seat at the table.
Okay.
Doesn't obligate us, then it gives us a seat at the table so we have a voice.
Exactly.
But it is basically aligned with the mission of
Yes.
the bike-friendly city with Batavia Park District. Because basically, what they're saying is, hey, we're going to need to use your routes. Maybe there's some spots where we can have our bikes along your routes, those kind of things.
This is the very first step in a very long process, I think, that we see.
I went through a similar process in Michigan at our summer home. They have a whole bike routes commission and all kinds of other stuff. So this is actually a good first step because it just gives us an opportunity to engage as opposed to simply watch what happens. I think it's a great idea, but there's a lot of moving parts to these things, and it really requires communities to support the effort. It can't be a singular entity trying to do this because it'll never work.
Right.
So,
Which is really good that it's KDOT taking the lead on this.
For sure.
They can then filter it down to all of the communities.
Right, that's intergovernmental with municipalities, park districts, forest preserve, et cetera, within our county. So,
And we own so many sections of trail in Batavia, it just makes sense.
miles.
Yeah. makes sense for us to have a voice at the table.
County Pines doing the same thing, they gave you a little bit ahead of schedule.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. This comes through the King County Council of Mayors, and it's really an alignment of all the bike commissions and whatnot. We did a right-of-way signage program with them the last 2 years, and so this is the next step. It'll really, really enhance the opportunities with ADOT's GIS systems that identify parcels and everything that we couldn't do singular, like you had mentioned. So, yeah, I had sent the link to Allison and said, this is something we really need to support. And I'm hoping that she said she was already on it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. Any further questions or discussion from board? Shall I call the roll?
Is it Tillman Gray?
Tillman Gray.
Someone else would think.
Aye.
Tillman
Aye.
Gray. Riley.
Aye.
Dorsey.
Aye.
Ryan.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, that's a good.
Thank you.
Okay, that ends or concludes our running agenda. We have executive session as the next line item, and then we have in executive session, the review of our semi-annual review of our executive session meeting minutes, after which we will come out and take some action. That'll be the only item for action after executive session. So, I entertain a motion to enter into executive session for leasing property and land acquisition 2C5 under the Illinois Meetings Act, and also the semi-annual review of the executive session minutes 2C21 under the Illinois Meetings Act.
So moved. Here's some time. Yeah.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. Shelley, please call the roll.
Tillman.
Aye.
Gray. Aye. Riley.
Aye.
Dorsey.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you very much for joining us this month. We will, again, take one item of action after our meeting, and it'll simply be a resolution for our semi-annual review of our executive session meeting minutes. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you in August.